Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to All Wrestling Talk Nation's Indy Superstar Spotlight with Sizzling and Styles, with co-hosts from Destroying Kayfabe, CM Mother Selfish Styles, and of course the one, the only, the host of the show, C-Double. Now, let's take it on to the Double Nation and watch All Wrestling Talk Nation. What's going on? What's good, everybody? Yes, All Wrestling Talk Nation is live and in Technicolor, if you will. And yes, I paid the bills, so we're good to go for one more week at least. So with that being said, I would like to welcome everybody to the show, Indy Superstar Spotlight, the one, the only, Mr. Sizzling Stan Styles, who used to be known as the Man Stan Styles, who was, I think, me and CM's first interview, if I'm not mistaken. So, Stan, how you doing, man?
Well, first and foremost, I need to correct you because I am still the man. I am always going to be the man. Why would you not call me the man? I always was the man. I always will be the man. So you're foolish to even say that about me. Sizzling Stan Styles is far greater than any man on this earth and far hotter than anything on planet Earth. Get it right before you introduce me. Now, actually, you should do that again. Introduce me. Call me the man, Sizzling Stan Styles. Do that right now.
No problem, no problem.
You're screwed up already. You're screwed up already. And I know everyone's watching this right now and see my sizzling good look. So please,
I apologize.
Give me a proper introduction.
Yes. Let me give you a proper introduction. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest, Mr. Sizzling, the man, Stan Styles. How you doing there?
Sizzling, as always.
As always. All right. And then, of course, my superstar co-host, the one, the only, Mr. I got to give it up to Mr. CM Mother Selfie Styles, as the intro said it.
Oh, it feels so great to be here tonight, let me tell you. And how could you get this introduction so wrong? Thank goodness the sizzling one himself, Stan Styles, is here to correct you on all the mistakes that you just made in that introduction. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get this show on the road.
Oh, Lord. All right, before we do... Yes, exactly. All right, before we do that, I've got to say what's up to our sponsors. Got to give it up to Kayfabe Concepts, Paul Jaser, doing a fantastic job on the posters, shirts, and banners. And also check out the All Wrestling Talk shirt. We are looking at doing that. Also, any wrestlers who want to get some merchandise done, give a contact to Paul. Also, All Wrestling Talk Nations, tomorrow night we will have Cameron Cade at 8 o'clock. And then this Saturday at the Winders Lions Club, we will have Disciples of Christ Wrestling Ministries. And they are having a show over, at the Winders Lions Club as usual. So check it out. Be there. 7 o'clock bell time. Or 7 o'clock is the bell time. And 6 o'clock the doors open. So with that being said, let's enjoy the show. And Stan, want to thank you so much. Or is there a name that I need to appropriately call you by? All right. So what was
exactly? Now you know.
All right, sir. So anyway, what was like the hardships of wrestling? The journey to becoming a wrestler. What was the hardest part for you? What made you want to become a wrestler?
Well, I always watched as a young boy, and I always figured, there's a lot of guys in shape there that made me train hard and pretty much chiseling condition my sizzling hot body as it is now. And I pretty much said, those guys are good, but I know that if I trained and got into that squared circle, I would be greater than anyone in wrestling. And it's as simple as that. Cut and dry answer.
All right, CM?
I know it's been a while since we've done this. Who are all your inspirations that made you want to be a professional wrestler today?
Oh my goodness, there's so many. Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Rick Rude, Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful. There's just so many great men that just came and they were actually great. So you don't see that anymore, and that's why a lot of people, when they see me, when they see the Sizzling one, their eyes open wide, and they see not just the greatest, most hottest man on God's green earth. It's like they see God. They see God in that ring. God has graced them that night. They knew they paid good money to see the greatest and hottest man in the entire world. I can see it all in their eyes, the children's eyes, especially the ladies' eyes. And quite frankly, some of these shows I've been on, the women are just absolutely disgusting and atrocious. And, we can get into that later about the beauties and the hotties and everyone that just fantasizes over the Sizzling one.
All right.
And that's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. The question that I have is, what were your, even though the Sizzling one, things come easily natural. So my question is, what was your hardest stuff to learn? Was it, in the ring? Was it, doing bumps? Was it, just doing the basic fundamentals? Was it just getting your persona across?
It was pretty much all that came natural to me because, I'm a physical specimen, and that the hardest thing, I actually will say that the hardest thing really that a lot of young wrestlers now can't grasp is the psychology of wrestling. They just think that you go out there and do a whole bunch of moves and, that's wrestling, and no, that's just moves. And then you have all these other fools that just do acrobatics and gymnastics. If you want to do acrobatics and gymnastics, then be a gymnast. When I'm in the wrestling ring, I am a wrestler. I am the best thinking man's wrestler there is. I will systematically break down my opponent. I will take their arm away. I will take their neck away. I will take their leg away. It doesn't matter. The match is already won in my sizzling mind, and there's nothing they can do to stop me. But the hardest thing, yes, the psychology, once a wrestler learns, and it takes time, and it took me some time to get down that psychology of how to present myself, to how to systematically break down my opponent, and now that I perfected it, I'm unstoppable. That's right.
Go ahead, CM.
Alright, now you just talked about the ladies earlier, and I know you had quite a few atrocious valets, but now you got one who you've been back and forth with, and now she's back with you, and it's got to be none other than the great one herself, Destiny. What's it like having valets on your side?
Well, I wouldn't say I never just been an attractive one. I don't know what you're talking about there, but no, Destiny is my cream puff. She's my she's my baby cake. She's everything, and she's been in the business for a very long time, and she's graced me with that, what she knows, and she made me even more sizzling than I already am. Now I'm even smaller than I was before, so it's just a perfect match in heaven. And she's not just my only hottie. I have dozens of hotties. As you can see, I'm in my rec room now. My mansion is absolutely watching, this new ROH that everyone's been hyping up here all over the internet, and honestly, I don't see what the hype's going to be. It's probably not going to last a couple months because, it's just like any other thing I saw, and, just a bunch of guys in kick pads and trunks, and they're just going to do these moves and ooh and all the fans, and even though they don't have no concept of making money, and I'm a man of money, and it's all about the money because money controls everything, and once you have so much money like me, you control.
You talk about money, you talk about control. Let's talk about your style of wrestling. You talk about the scientific and psychology, but let's also talk about who were the backgrounds, the people that trained you when you wrestled. Who coming up? How was who was the one that was responsible for training you?
Man, I have so many trainers. I trained with a lot of men. I trained with Sammy Kelly. I trained with Pinky Sanchez. My first ever pretty much bumping in the ring was a company called ACPW. Hasn't been around for a long time. That was my first, running the ropes, bumping, taking chops, taking all kinds of things. But there's been a lot of trainers I've been trained by, a lot of men in Ace Pro Wrestling. All those guys pretty much molded me. And honestly, in my opinion, I've learned so many styles. I've learned from different men, from different veterans. I even talked to Jason Knight. I even talked to a lot of other people, about going about how to present yourself, how to do this differently, and doing another move differently. And everyone has a different opinion of it. And it's just, I suck it up like a sponge, like a sizzling sponge. If that's, we'll just make that up, because I'm sizzling. I can make anything up. And, you can do all that, but once you get into the ring, you can train for years, but once you get in the ring, I feel the heat of those fans, and I feel how much they hate me, and they know I hate their guts. It just comes so natural that you can just pretty much dominate my opponent. I can just dominate my opponent any way I want to. It's just once you can, like I was saying before, you can train and do all these drills, which I have done, and take so many bumps, but once you get into a ring, once you go to a new town after town, and you feel that crowd out, and you watch veterans. I love watching the old school veterans, like I was saying, Flair, Rude, Steamboat, all those men, their styles, and it's just art to me. And as you can see clearly, just a little sneak peek for the women that are watching this right now, I am absolutely a work of art. That's for, who I'm listening to. And it's just you need to just get out there more and show off your craft and show the world that you're the best. And frankly, I am the sizzling one and the best.
Go ahead, Sam.
Oh, wow. I'm at a loss for words.
So the women right now, they're in awe right now just watching this. I am coming up. You were saying you were having trouble there with the Skype. I am coming up, ain't I?
I made sure and got a glorious statue. We got a glorious statue of you up right now, so we made sure. I talked to your people. They made sure and gave me a good screenshot of you there, sir.
Perfect.
So, all right, now here we go. What made you transition from being stand-the-man Styles, the party-going, charismatic enigma, to being who you are today? What made you want to become the Sizzling One?
I think, this is going to be answered so many interviews I do, because, I will explain it this way. You know what? Maybe I'll just explain it for you fools out there. And, it's just, when you look at my old self, how I used to be, who in their right minds would book a man like that? And especially in the world that we live in now, who would book such a disgusting, hard... See, I was like the fools that come to the shows now. I was disgusting, I was vulgar, but now I'm absolutely sizzling. I'm so hot that promoters just can't get enough of me, and they have to book Stan Styles. You see, it's quite simple. Sizzling Stan Styles equals money. And the world of wrestling revolves around money. It's that simple. And what made me pretty much evolve into the man you see right now and you hear right now is simple: money. And that's all I'm going to say about it. And that's right.
Well, you were talking about, having to do what's right. Let's be honest, for the wallet. And, let's ask this question. I wanted to know, for you, who are guys, wrestling-wise, who are guys that you enjoyed getting in the ring with in the indie scene that maybe we don't know about? Like, who are guys that you actually, when you see the deal, you're going to win because you're the Sizzling One. You're going to take care of business.
Well, there are a lot of opponents, and quite frankly, see, now you're getting smart. You're actually smarting up now. Yes, exactly. There's no chance in hell that these men can handle the heat of Sizzling Stan Styles. But if you want me to pretty much run down the long list of men I've beaten in that ring, there was a lot of men. I mean, like I said, Pinky Sanchez, he was a very one. very tough competitor. Also, the caveman. I'm sure, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the caveman. There's other cavemen, but to me, there's only one caveman because he's from a cave. He looks like a caveman. There's these other, Joe Blows out there that call themselves caveman something. This cave. There's just one caveman. He's called Caveman. And if you saw him, you can Google him right now. You will know that he is a caveman. And he also has fell into the Sizzling one. Other men that I've gotten to ring with Xavier Cross. I know CM will, always rave about our matches and how entertaining they were. And honestly, Xavier Cross is a very entertaining man, but he has also fallen into the Sizzling one. And I can go on and on and on about that, but I don't even know how long I'm going to have here. I'll probably be on this thing for another 20 because I know that pretty much my Hottie's going to want to go in the pool and make me heat up that water for them and have some real fun, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yes. Yes, we do, sir. Go ahead there, CM.
Since we're getting into these smarter questions here, if there's anybody out in the wrestling world that you would like to face today, regardless if it's WWE, TNA, Global Force Wrestling, or Ring of Honor, it doesn't matter where, who would you like to face right now?
Goodness. Well, man, we're going, you said WWE too?
Yeah, anybody.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, indeed. Well, I would have to go to Seth Rollins. He's the champ. He's the top, right? He's the top dog. I can just pretty much love to face Seth Rollins. He's a very amazing, talented athlete. He can do some things that a lot of men can't, but and he looks good. He looks good. I mean, if you're into that, those tight leather or pleather tights he wears, not my deal. I'd rather have a nice $25,000 robe on. But I mean, Seth Rollins, he's the champ right now. But and he's the architect of the regime. He's the champ. But is he sizzling? No, he ain't sizzling at all. He's absolutely ugly and. Maybe after I'm done destroying him, pretty much showing the world of wrestling entertainment a real sizzling body, sizzling wrestler. Maybe I can teach him how to shave because he looks like he's all scruffy. Look at my perfect. Look at this. Let me just moisten myself up here with my cooling mist here. Always so sizzling. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this beautiful shaven, chiseled jaw. I mean, Seth Rollins has that ugly. It's true disgusting. Why would he represent such a glorious enterprise? I think the World of Wrestling Entertainment needs the Sizzling one to represent their glorious enterprise, and that's right.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Question then. We CM kind of asked. Well, I'm gonna ask another in this regard. Where would if you're in the indie scene, but the indie scene sometimes just, they get the Sizzling one, but is it time for when the Sizzling one gets to step up? Where would the Sizzling one want to go? Would it be Ring of Honor? Would it be TNA, WWE, Global Force? I don't want to say TNA because of the fact.
No, it'll be that's easy. It's WWE, the top dog. The Sizzling one needs to be of the top dogs and show that those top dogs are absolutely nothing but inferiors to the Sizzling one. That's a simple question. Why would I go anywhere else? Why would anyone want to go anywhere else?
Fair enough. And now let's go ahead and ask this question. Of the WWE roster, and I will even include the Divas,
yes.
Who would the Sizzling one like to have accompany them?
Oh. You gotta say those Divas in you. Well, there's many those Divas, they're all hotties to me. There's Paige, and there was AJ, and she's, not around anymore, and she's married, probably going to be divorced another year or two, maybe shorter than that. But, one comes to mind that always gets the Sizzling one really, really hot, and that's Summer Rae. And, Summer hasn't been doing much lately, but, I would love to have those legs accompany me to the ring. Was she with Damien Mizdoff? What a pretty much a hiccup. If she was with the Sizzling one and she felt the heat and saw my beautiful bedroom eyes and my sizzling lips, she would know that she couldn't get enough of the sizzling one. Right.
Wow. Sizzling in summer. Wow. What a combination. I can see that being printed on shirts.
Exactly. It just goes right there.
Yeah.
Sizzling summer.
Yes. I like I said, I can see the merchandise going through the roof on WWE.com. Go ahead there, CM.
Oh, yeah.
That is definitely money. Let me tell you, I would love to see a guy like you in the WWE. Doesn't matter where it would be at. Although I would rather prefer being NXT, where wrestling really matters. And
yeah,
NXT. I would love to see you in front of a crowd of 30,000, but at the same time, I would still love to see you in a crowd of 1,500 plus. Yeah.
Well, let me stop you right there about NXT. Exactly, I would have to go to NXT first. Everyone goes to NXT, and you see Kevin Owens, he pretty much dominate anyone in NXT. And I will say this right now: if I was on NXT, I would dominate even better than Kevin Owens did, and I can cut a damn better promo than Kevin Owens too, not bore everyone. They will be enthralled. They will be in awe. They would see the conditioning and the sizzling one in all my glory. That's right.
I'm gonna second that.
I'm watching this ROH program. I'm not impressed at all. I'm not impressed at all. No.
Nah, yeah, some Chinaman beating up a guy that's the last real man, but he's on the mat. But all right. So, like I was gonna ask, what are your favorite matches in wrestling? Like some of the, the all-time matches. What are your all-time matches that kind of inspired you to be the sizzling one?
Inspired me to be the sizzling one. Well, let me pretty much refer you as to show the audience what the sizzling one can do and what he's all about. And I honestly, my last encounter with one man known as the Sexy Psycho, whatever that means, Adrian Bliss, the he-she man, whatever, Mr. Prince, whatever he is, the fairy, whatever he is, we had 2 encounters so far, and both times I've defeated him quite easily, might add, but it seems that fans really, really, really get into those our matches and really, really are entertained, and quite frankly, I'm not there to entertain these people, no, I'm here to show them that I'm better than these people, and, Adrian can, do all these little pretty much androgynous things and try to take me out of my game, but as I said before, I'm not this beauty, I'm brains too, and I had the match already figured out right here, and that's why I've beaten him twice, and I'll always beat him if I ever got into the ring with him again. That's right.
I see him.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of something to say here. I'm too busy marking out over his character because that's how damn good he is. Let me tell you.
A lot of people want to be me. This minute you just want to be the sizzling.
Hey, I would love to be the sizzling one. I would love to have the physique. Speaking of the physique, what's it like hitting the gym and your private gym at that?
Yes.
Daily basis.
Oh, my state-of-the-art gyms. See, I don't go with the common people to chain gyms. No. My private state-of-the-art gym is massive, and it's just for me. I don't listen to music. I don't like having music when I work out because I like to have that mind and muscle connection. I'm treating my mind, not only my sizzling body. See, that's another thing. Not just my sizzling body is just sizzling. Everything about me is sizzling. Every follicle on my sizzling hair, my eyebrows, my beautiful sizzling lips, my eyes, my teeth, my fingernails, my toenails, everything about the sizzling one is sizzling. And it's absolutely amazing. And sometimes I have my hotties come in there and they work out. But you see, once they see me get a nice pump and all my sizzling veins are just pulsating, they get really, really hot and bothered. And sometimes when the sizzling one is trying to get a workout in, they want to work out too. And sometimes they have to wait because when I'm conditioning and sizzling my sizzling body, it's a sight that can't be beaten. So they have to wait until I'm finished my training for us to play. You know what I mean?
Oh, Lord. I hear you loud and clear. So now my questions are, and I apologize if I come from more of a centric of, I respect your character, I respect your gimmick, I respect who you are. And of course, you go into this. If you go in this business, you put your body on the line, you got my respect. Period, point blank. There ain't no side comments to that. my question for you is this: in the industry, in the business, you've been in matches. Has there ever been a match where you kind of were worried, concerned that basically you may get hurt? You may have to go to the hospital. Have there ever been matches like that where you were concerned about getting hurt?
No, there hasn't been, because, quite frankly, my opponent should be more concerned about me putting them in the hospital. So no. I mean, once I lock in the Sizzler, and my 20-inch Sizzling arms are wrapped around my opponent's arm and neck, they have no choice but to pretty much submit to the Sizzler. And quite frankly, that hold is so devastating that if it's put on for a very long time, they will just pass out and pretty much have to go to the hospital and pretty much be woken up, or even worse. So I have to be very careful. So to answer your question is no, I'm not concerned about my well-being, and I'm not really concerned about my opponent's well-being. They should be concerned that they're in the ring with the hottest man on God's green earth, the hottest of the hot, the Sizzling one, Sizzling Stan Styles, and they're just going to lose. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
All right, you mentioned the Sizzler. I wanted to go there. That is a very unique submission hold. I love it. It has a flair of a little bit of a Anaconda Vice meets a Cobra Clutch. But how did you come up with that move?
That's a good question. You know what? And makes me, the Sizzling one think about that. How did I come up with that move? I was just pretty much just training and sparring and training and sparring, and I was with some trainee at the time and pretty much putting him all kinds of holds and pretty much testing what hold hurt more and what damage I could do, and I just pretty much did it, and he instantly tapped out, and I was like, oh, that's it, and I pretty much used it from then on, and pretty much once that hold is locked into my opponent, there's no escape. There's no choice. You have to submit to the Sizzling one and pretty much know that I'm better than you.
All right. Go ahead there, Sam.
Alright, so let's get a little off topic here. I know you have a fancy thing for vehicles as well. Lately, you've been pondering on, I believe, what was be a Ferrari. What other vehicles do you have in your personal garage?
Oh, my collection of beautiful hot cars. Oh, well, yes, I have many Ferraris. I've just got a nice, beautiful red Lamborghini. I actually have 3 of them, but I wanted to buy another one. I haven't even driven it yet. I'm just admiring its beauty, its class, and its amazingness. And, maybe one of my hotties took it out for a spin. That's okay, but no, I have Mercedes-Benz, I have Rolls-Royce, like you said, I have Ferraris, I have Lamborghinis, and every time I win a match, just pretty much, I have to buy another car. I just have to treat myself. And why wouldn't I? I look so good and so sizzling that I just have to have something. I have to have it, and I always get what I want, and you know that, and everyone else listening here, watching me right now, knows that. The Sizzling one always gets what he wants.
I have to ask now, there was a particular ride that you posted about, and I must say, if that's the vehicle you travel in, it is very stylish. It was a Sizzling Cruiser, you called it.
Well, man.
Yes, I mean it was very futuristic. It was very one of a kind, if I may say so. And if I ever saw that sucker, I know that it had to be you in that vehicle.
Yes, exactly. Because I travel all over, and pretty much, it separates me. If I just travel in a pretty much ordinary tour bus, I'd have all, the heathens knocking on it and wanting their autographs, which they're not going to get. So no. So I have to have something way better than anyone else. So that's why I have my Sizzling Cruiser. Like you said, you actually got something right here for a change. And my Sizzling Cruiser is filled with hotties, and I go from town to town and pretty much dominate anyone I get into the ring with.
All right. Well, like I said,
I just watched this RWA program, and I'm just absolutely not entertained at all. I just don't understand this. Like I said, it's going to be around maybe for another month or two.
Well, that's
Steve Beck, Vita Scott. That's the only thing I see pretty much entertaining about the show so far.
yeah. She's definitely a very hot person in person. Also, if I may add myself, that would be another one that I could see accompanying you to the ringside. I believe. Mr. Styles.
Yeah, I think she likes these other men here, though, that, honestly, if you know who the Priscilla Kelly is, I'd rather have that beautiful Southern Belle accompany the Sizzling One, because she's just absolutely gorgeous, and she has a thing for the Sizzling One, like all women do. So, if you want to talk about girls and independence, it would have to be the Priscilla Kelly.
All right, well, I'll have to look her up. Go ahead there, Sam.
So earlier we were talking about your personal gym and your physique and your 20-inch pythons.
Yes, the Sizzling biceps.
yes, that. Now, there's another guy who comes straight from the South who loves working on his arms, and he has his own little club called Huge Effin' Arms. His name, he goes by the name of Luke Hawks. I'm sure you're pretty familiar with him. Would you ever consider wrestling a match with him?
Well, first of all, he's a Neanderthal and a buffoon because he has to use such a disgusting, inappropriate language to pretty much think that he has better biceps than me or anyone else. That's actually a stupid name for Jim, and I would tell that right to his face that he's a stupid name for Jim. And first and foremost, I would destroy him in a wrestling ring, and I would challenge him to an arm wrestling match, because since he's from the South and he likes to work on his arms, I would challenge him to an arm wrestling match, and I would actually slam him down to the ground, and then I would embarrass him in front of his friends, his family, embarrass him in front of the world, that pretty much all his training he did in his stupid, quote-unquote, effing gym was nothing but a waste of time when he got into the ring and he felt the power and the extreme heat that is Sizzling Styles.
Well said, well said. I want to go ahead and ask this question. Are you familiar with any of the guys from the WWA 4, any of the guys that's in the South by any chance?
What was that? Are you broken up? I didn't hear that.
Are you familiar with any of the guys from the WWA 4, the Mr. Hughes Wrestling School?
No, I am not.
Oh, okay. Because there's a guy that I won't say is ripping you or nothing, but he has a look as I could see him ultimately being like a bodyguard for you. Just saying. His name is Solution. I mean, he's got, kind of has that Chris Masters look, but like I said, he has the name Solution. And then another guy, probably our guest too, Cameron Cade. But but there are guys like guys in the South like Odison, Darkmon, the Grizz. Have you heard of any of those guys?
No, but I am looking for bodyguards because, quite frankly, when I'm at my shows and I'm selling my Sizzling merchandise, these stupid little brats, these kids, they like to touch me and they try to touch my hotties with their greasy, ugly, disgusting hands, and I need a couple bodyguards around me to pretty much tell these brats to go away, that their time is just useless. And if you have money to spend on the Sizzling One, as you should, please, you can get in line, you can get pictures, you can get an autograph. But these little brats that just absolutely annoy me, or they try to touch my cooling mist, they need to go away. So, honestly, if you want to be helpful to the Sizzling One, you can pretty much send me their contact information. I can pretty much interview these men because I am looking for a few bodyguards.
I think we can make that happen. All Wrestling Talk is always looking to help the wrestlers that we shine the light on. So yes, Mr. Styles, we will get that for you. My question then is this: where all have you worked? I know we just talked about PA, but where else have you worked? And would you be interested in coming down to Georgia?
I would love to come down to Georgia and show those hicks that they're absolutely disgusting, putrid, ugly, and nasty, and they will never, ever, ever see a man hotter than Sizzling Styles. But I've worked New Jersey, I've worked in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York, Maryland, Delaware, and the list goes on. I would like to work Canada soon. Hell, I would love to work Japan. It doesn't matter. Wherever I go, the ladies will burn with passion and desire, and my opponents will be destroyed by the Sizzling.
I would love to see you in Georgia. There's North Carolina. There's Bama. I got quite a few contacts that would love to have you. I'll make sure we're going to try to get those with you because I'm serious. I think the South needs a dose of the sizzling one. So that's just my little.
You need a dose of class, yes, a dose of class, beauty, and sizzle.
And elegance, yes. You got to have it all, man. Go ahead, there, Sam.
Oh, of course I have.
Seeing that you're the man that has it all, the question is for me, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years with all this, the merch, yourself, everything?
Well, it's easy that the World Wrestling Entertainment, there's no other place to be, is there? That's the top of the mountain, that's the top of the food chain. I see myself being there. Maybe in not 5 years, maybe sooner, because once the universe, like they don't like to call themselves now, they can't call them fans. I don't know, a universe has planets and solar systems. I don't see these people being planets or solar systems, do you?
No.
So that's a stupid way to...
Definitely not, no.
That's a stupid name. So I'm going to call them fans. No, they're not fans. They pretty much should be worshippers of Stan Styles, of the Sizzling One, because, quite frankly, when I step into a WWE ring and they feel the heat that is radiating from my sizzling hot body, there's no choice but to pretty much worship me and respect me and honor me like the god that I am. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Oh my god. I can see it now. The Church of Styles is just going to happen. And it has to happen. If we can have the House of Truth, we need to have a Church of Styles. I mean, it just needs to be. Sorry.
There should be 14-karat gold statues of me and my beautiful sizzling body.
Maybe even at one point you get carried. Remember how Macho Man or Macho King got carried with either a chair? It was they had him on. Oh God, I remember there was like 4 big muscle guys.
I don't want that to happen. I don't want no one to carry me. I don't want any inferiors, any fools carrying me. I can walk to the ring my own. Just all I need is my sizzling hot hotties. And maybe I can have some servants, put some paper towels on the ground because I don't want to have my beautiful $10,000 wrestling boots being scuffed up and dirty by the disgusting floors that pretty much are, in North Carolina, South Carolina, the places that you mentioned. So that needs to happen. I don't want to be carried. No.
No, okay. I mean, look, that's good. I mean, a humble man. What do you think, I know we've talked about a lot of these wrestling organizations, but have you also seen one that's called Lucha Underground? Have you seen that one?
I have. And quite frankly, it seems like it's a movie. They have these things. It's a movie. Their promos are like a movie. To me, it's pretty much it's good wrestling. I will never disrespect Lucha Libre. I respect all kinds of wrestling. But to me, what are they trying to do? What are they trying to accomplish? Is it going to bring in this? Is it? Or are they trying to reinvent the wheel? Because you cannot reinvent the wheel. The wheel is round. It's a circle. It will not be reinvented. So pretty much I don't see them even lasting, another year or two. No, as you can see, and pretty much as I said, the WWE is pretty much the big dog of the yard, and the big dog always wins. It has been for years. So, there's alternatives, to keep the fans, interested because, they might get tired of this and that. I get that, but quite frankly, who would get tired of this sizzling face? More importantly, this sizzling body. No one. I'm sizzling forever.
There's another shirt. All right, go ahead, Sam.
Exactly.
Okay, not a question from me, but a question from a good friend of ours. Dr. Loads wants to know when you're going to step into the ring with him.
I don't know who Dr. Loads is. It sounds like a jabron. Next question.
All right, well...
Next question.
Yes, I apologize. Any outrageous moments from fans, like, you're wrestling, and as you said, the little kids, whatever you like to call them,
brats.
Yeah, the brats, and the people that may not feel like they are as attractive, like you are. Has there ever been a situation where the fans may not have respected the Sizzling One?
Well, they don't respect me because they know that they never seen anyone greater or hotter than me. And here's the thing, I respect them. I don't need these fans. I have plenty of money. I go to these shows to show how great I am, how sizzling I am, how dominant I am. I need them, and quite frankly, they know that they need me to come to their town and heat up the place because, quite frankly, and I know you will agree to this because you have no other choice, that pretty much 95% of independent wrestlers don't have a percent of the body that I do. They're absolutely disgusting. They don't work out. They don't train. They look like trash. So we have trash, which are the fans chanting for trash. Foolish men wrestling, I'll use that term loosely, quote-unquote wrestling, and then you have foolish people cheering for these foolish men. So quite frankly, it's fools, morons, the other balls chanting and cheering for foolish people. And when they see a man of class, elegance, style, in this just absolutely sizzling from head to toe, they know that they will never be me. They know that they can work their stupid 9-to-5 job at Walmart and never provide for their significant other. That they can't buy that car they want. They can't buy the kids the presents they want at Christmas. Because, let's face it, they're worthless. And when Sizzling Stan Styles gets to the ring, I am nothing but worthless. I am absolutely superior to all. And that's why they hate me so much, and pretty much I hate their guts. So it's a hate-hate relationship, and I like it that way. I won't sugarcoat it.
I hear you. What, I know that there's a lot of guys, like I mentioned about the WWA 4 guys, but also guys in Tennessee, guys in North Carolina. Timmy Lou Retton, they call him the first gymnast of professional wrestling. But you were talking about how your style is more of the, kind of the old school, the classic, mental psychology, but, have you felt that the wrestling itself has gotten different? Like, more guys concentrate on high spots. More guys are concentrating on high impact moves. What about you?
No, I think that the others, they pretty much think that wrestling's a video game, and they like to play their WWE, whether it's 14, 50, whatever it's out right now, and they think that, doing a whole bunch of moves in a video game and getting right up is wrestling, and no, that's stupid, that's retarded, and I'm sorry I said that if I offended, but I have to say that. I'm not going to sugarcoat my words to anybody, because, quite frankly, it is. So, no, I go by pretty much the thinking man's aspect of scientific wrestler. I pinpoint their weaknesses, I exploit them, I destroy them. It's simple as that. Why do I need to go to the top rope? Why do I need to pretty much do a flashy move to impress fans where I can just take my sizzling biceps, wrap it around a guy's neck, pretty much choke him and incapacitate him and make him tap out? It's simple as that. Wrestling is not flips and this and that. It's about getting a man on the ground and pinning him or making him submit. It's as simple as that. And again, I'll go back to what I was saying to you before. The wheel's round. You cannot reinvent the wheel. And these fools think they can. So, no, you failed. Sorry. Next.
Go ahead there, CM.
I'm running out of questions here.
You know it's true. You laugh, but you know it's true. You know I'm true. I speak the truth.
Look,
when can I see you in my region?
Where do you live?
Northeast, man. Hazleton.
Well, I don't even know what's out there right now. That could be worth my time, where they have the pay the Sizzling one to come to the show. But if there was a promoter out there that pretty much, wants to book this, why wouldn't you book the Sizzling one? Why wouldn't you? Are you an idiot? Are you going to book pretty much a quote-unquote ticket seller? I can go there. Yeah, no, because the ticket seller's right here. It's his gorgeous face. It's his gorgeous body. You'll have women lining up to your show by the thousands to see and experience the heat that is Sizzling Stan Styles. So, Hazleton, pretty much, I'm ready whenever you are. So, pretty much, if you can get me in contact with someone there, I would absolutely destroy anyone. Whoever pretty much does wrestle in Hazleton, bring me your best. Show me your best. I will show that your best is absolutely nothing compared to Sizzling Stan Styles.
Good people at Sanctuary, you better make sure and give a holler to the Sizzling one. That would definitely be a good fit there. The Sanctuary is a very hard hitting spot. I could actually see you doing very well. And I got a friend there named Sammy Pandora who's very phenomenal. So that I could see that.
Oh,
there.
Really hold about see, that's another woman that I would love to pretty much have her accompany me to the ring and pretty much spend a couple of nights at my Sizzling mansion, because Sammy Pandora was just pretty much quoted to be the hottest redhead in professional wrestling, and I think the hottest redhead needs to be the hottest man on God's green earth. Simple as that.
I will have to make a mention of that to her for you. She's a good friend.
Do this right now. I just paid you $1 billion deal. I mean, and that's another thing. Promoters don't. Let me cut you off right there.
No, go ahead.
They want to promote and do these shows, but do they really want to bring in money? That's what this is all about. It's a business. I kind of feel that pretty much promoters want to do that so they can tell their friends and that I run a wrestling show. No, you're an idiot. You want to make money. All right? If you don't want to make money, get out. It's as simple as that. The veterans will tell you like it is. The veterans will agree with me. It's about money. Simple as that. And Sizzling Fan Styles is money.
Got to give you went across somewhere that I think does need to be talked about, because you do come across some people that you really do ask yourself, are they in it for making money, or are they in it to just say they own a wrestling show? And obviously the ones that are making money you want to be a part of, you want to work with, because they're the ones that's going to work with you. Am I correct in saying that?
Exactly. Again, you got two things right today. Two things.
Well,
you have two things right.
Look. I try my best, sir. I apologize for all the mess ups. It's not easy. I can't be like you, sir. There's only one.
No one.
But now here's something for you though. Because I was, there's a guy also, Fred Yehai. He's actually one that's trying to get into the Tough Enough. Have you tried to get into the Tough Enough?
Well, I'll let's say, let me quote Paul Heyman there and shoot from the hip. Pretty much the cast has already been chosen. It's probably been chosen months ago. So pretty much there's no need for me to do a Tough Enough video. There's no need for, me to waste my time. I'd rather spend that with my beautiful women, my hotties. Or I'd rather spend my time conditioning and chiseling my sizzling hot body. So no, the Tough Enough stuff is just, it's for publicity, it's for ratings. If the WWE is smart enough, or any other promoter right now listening to this or watching me right now is smart enough and want to make money, which I know we all do, all they need to do is type up Sizzling Fan Styles, find my Facebook, contact me, and pretty much offer me a lot of money, because I'm worth a lot of money.
Well,
I will pretty much dominate anyone they put into the ring with me.
Well, I will tell you, I will be making sure, and spreading the gospel about you, man, because I've seen your work. You are good. I mean, look, you may come off as brash, braggadocious, you talk all this stuff, but I'm going to go here. I've watched your matches. You back it up. I will admit that, there's going to be some times you choose maybe not to fight. You choose the better, discretion is the better part of valor. You do what you have to, as you said. Take out. No, I'm just saying, that's part of any good, smart businessman wrestler. You assess the risk, you see what you have to do, and maybe it's not the right time, but you do what you have to,
I always do everything that's right because I'm right and that's right. I always will find a way to win. No ifs, ands, or buts, because I'm a winner. I'm not going to be a loser like you or everyone else. I'm a winner, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you look up winner in the dictionary, you would see my gorgeous, sizzling face.
I hear you. And it's all good. I don't take no offense to any of what you say there, man. I know how it is, and that's how it should be. Now, a question for you. You talked about going to Japan. You talked about going to Mexico. Are these places, talk about the difference of crowd reactions for you. I mean, because let's just be honest, you are a very good heel. And obviously you're not trying to get people to love you, but what is it about the crowd reactions? Talk about being a heel, and how does it feel being hated?
You mentioned Mexico. That'll be a fun place, because I can use a couple Mexicans to pretty much, be my maintenance man and mow my lawn at my sizzling mansion.
And by the way, hold on. Don't feel. And let me tell you something. You could get them dirt cheap. It's not a bad thing. Just saying.
Oh, I wouldn't pay them. They just them to feel and see the heat that radiates from me. And if they even attempted or even looked at one of my hotties, I'd slap them right in the face and tell them to go back to pack it up and go back to the border where they belong. So now, if I did go to Mexico, pretty much the same reaction. They would hate me, they would not like me, and they probably would curse me and do all these things that they would, and I wouldn't care. And then I would take on all these luchadors and they would try to do all these flips and stuff, and I would just pretty much slap them in the face too, destroy their arm, destroy their neck. Done, match over. If I went to Japan, and all these guys want to do this strong style crap, no, because pretty much, my Sizzling bottle that contains my cooling mist water from Milan, Italy, that only evaporates off my sizzling hot body.
Oh, okay.
See, if they try to do that strong style crap to me, I would just take it. This is a solid full plate that was constructed with, beautiful gems and jewels. So I would just take this bottle and smash it over those stupid Japs' heads, and they would just fall right to the ground. And I don't care how I got disqualified. I don't care. That would show that, they can be tough, but they're not that tough. They all are just puny insects that I can squash like bugs. And that's it.
Alright, CM.
I'm going to wrap up my final question. This is from the fans. Will they ever see a return of Stan the Man Styles?
I get this question so many times. I'll quote CM Punk on this. Never, ever will you see that man that used to be Stan Styles. You will only see the Sizzling one. And that's right.
Oh, looks like a bunch of kids just lost Christmas. I just felt I heard it. I heard that one. I must admit. I think CM's heart's a little bit bruised there.
I gotta go cry in a bucket. I'll be right back.
Oh, sorry. Don't.
It's a simple, like I said, foolish things. Foolish people want to chant foolish things, and I'm nothing but foolish for a joke. I'm superior to all.
I hear you. Alright, my final question is this. In wrestling, we talked about the indie circuit, was it done for you and everything. For me, my question for you, like kind of last ones, best way to book you. You kind of said it earlier, but I'll let you say it again. The best spots to get you booked, for you to get booked, and how much does the social media mean to getting your name out there?
It means a lot because as you see the social media, the Facebook, I don't really use Twitter that much. It gets to my nerves, but I use Facebook a lot. I'm under Real Stan Styles. You can send me a friend request and maybe I'll add you, maybe, if I'm in a good mood. Most of the time I am, but, if you send me a stupid message about, that pretty much inappropriate, stupid conduct, you will get blocked. If you're a gorgeous, beautiful woman, aka model, actress, please send me your friend request. I will get right back to you. I mean, I do get a lot, but I get about 100 messages from beautiful women a day from all over the world. And don't worry. If you are a beautiful woman right now, hearing me and listening to my sizzling voice, you can please send me a friend request, and I will. I have to. There's a line, but you will get taken care of. Don't worry. And that's Real Stan Styles on Facebook.
Okay, I gotta ask the question because it kind of popped in real quick. Would you be interested in becoming a judge for the Diva Search contest that they're thinking about running again?
I would love to be the judge. In fact, I should be just the judge. They don't need anyone else. They just need the Sizzling one to judge. Because I know beauty and class. I know what it takes to be a WWE Diva. There's going to be a lot of girls, and they might not be in good shape, but they might not have just the personality either, because you have to have the personality too. You come in being snobby and stupid, and that's not going to go. That's not what WWE wants. That's not what I want. And you know what? People might say that I'm a snob and I'm full of it. No, I'm cocky. I'm not cocky. I'm confident. They confuse themselves because they're inferior. They're uneducated. But these women that want to be a diva, all they need is Sizzling Stan Styles to be the judge. And I will pretty much find or hand select the most beautiful, sizzling hottie that WWE has ever seen before. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I know I could do it.
I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but I can already see the like training seminars, and it would be a sizzling one. I could just see you being a hands-on trainer and trying to help and benefit.
I would be very hands-on indeed. I would be very hands-on. I would love to watch them training and help them in every way I could. I would help them every way I could in their training to be the best. And I do mean every way I could.
All right, CM, you got anything to say? Any final thoughts, bro?
Man, let me tell you, he took all the words out of my mouth with these promos and everything he had to say. I am drained out of questions. I gotta say, it's been a huge honor being on your show, and it's a huge honor having Sizzling Stan Styles on your show as well.
I gotta say,
indeed it has.
Stan, I really Mr. Styles, I really appreciate you being a part of the show. You are truly phenomenal, and I do believe nothing but big things are up in your future, man. Like I said, sizzling things are up in your future there. But we kind of asked the 5-year question, but any final thoughts? Anything that you kind of want to let folks know that could be up in the future, or just final thoughts for you in general?
Pretty much, people listening and watching this right now, if you want to see the hottest man, hotter than the sun, hotter than anything in the universe, there's only one sizzling one, and that's me, Sizzling Stan Styles. So when you see my name on the marquee, pretty much get your friends, your family, your children, your children's friends, everyone, pack the cars up and come see the Sizzling One, and you will experience the heat, the passion, the elegance, and the absolute superiority of me. And that's
all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the one, the only, the man, the Sizzling One himself, Stan Styles. And I would like to thank you again, sir, for being a part of the show. Anytime you would like to grace us with your presence, we would love to have you. We'll make sure to talk to your people to get everything corrected again. And again, I apologize for the intro, but also want to say big thanks to my guy here, CM Styles. I know you've been battling sickness and everything, but I appreciate you, manning up and coming on into the show. So we can't, gotta have a show with you and me, man.
I got to, man. Just like a pro wrestler on the road, 24/7, 365. I'm sticking my neck out there just to entertain and provide to the folks. That's all.
Yeah, and like I said, y'all, WWE Network, if you're out there, let Sizzling Stan Styles be the judge of the Diva search. Not a judge, the judge. That and just sign them. I mean, there's no even need for a tryout, right? Am I too bold to say that?
No need.
All right.
Yeah, no need at all. You always see what happened to Hideo. He's gone, and Sami Zayn, he's gone. There's no need for me to try out this. Let me just come right in and dominate and sizzle up that audience like they've never been before.
Make sure,
gentlemen, it's been fun, but the Sizzling One must attend to his hotties right now.
By all means,
take that. Right.
Well, that was Mr. Stan, the man, the Sizzling One, Styles, folks, and we appreciate him giving us some time, being a part of the All Wrestling Talk Indy Superstar Spotlight. That's just a taste of him. So y'all go out there, check him out. Go out, but literally, just go out and see him. Boo him, whatever. Women, gawk, you got to. It's just it's by law apparently. I heard. Anyway, also tomorrow night we have Cameron Cade from the indie scene here in Georgia. He is going to join us, and then next week, I can't wait for it. We're going to have Dementia Rose. She was one of the women that was featured on the Tough Enough audition videos. She's going to be on the show. Along with Lorena Bobbitt, probably. And trust me, when you see who Lorena Bobbitt, you understand. Anyway, and then on the 11th, Timmy Zabisco has already confirmed. We're going to make sure this happens, but Timmy Zabisco will be live with us on All Wrestling Talk, the son of Larry Zabisco, and also a very high competitor. Hopefully, he's also trying out for Tough Enough. So, look, indie wrestling is the funnel for wrestling. And a lot of guys come from indie wrestling. So if they want to come to the E, it's not because they're marks. People, that's what happens in the business. You got to make your own way. So don't, hate on these guys if they decide that. So CM, that's going to be our guest for next week. Dementia Rose and Timothy Zabisco. And by the way, congrats on the baby there, Tim. Also, like I said, Cameron Cade tomorrow. And, man, what a show. Well, any final thoughts after hearing from Stan?
My final thoughts. I can't wait to have him on Destroying Kayfabe as well as Destiny. Every time he comes on, he doesn't disappoint whatsoever. I'm loving his new character now. He's much more matured as a character now than he was back then. He even said it himself, and I cannot wait to see more of his matches on YouTube and all over the internet. So for all those promoters that are out there, keep an eye out on this guy. He is one of the best indies talents I've ever seen, aside from ROH and, CZW. I would love to see him in these promotions going out there doing what he does best. He has the physique. He has the charisma. He knows how to get the crowd to hate him. He has it all. You cannot ignore this guy at all. If you do, you really don't care about the talent that are out there. Other than that, that's my final thoughts.
Yeah, and I also want to throw a quick shout out over, well, not shout out, but more like, because we're all wrestling talk, and one of the people in the groups have asked me to plug the upcoming shows also. June 5th, there's a show. It's going to be over at Barnesville. Give me a minute, guys. I'm not trying, it's one of these I want to, because it's all about wrestling. We want to get the word out there. I know that down in the Monroe area the same day as Disciples of Christ and Winder, but over in Monroe you're going to see a show down in Monroe. They're going to have their annual shindig, and I believe they're talking that Mr. Gallows is supposed to be there again. I wish I was able to go, but I can't due to arrangements. But they are really working hard, busting their tails, getting talent. And that's really what it's about. These wrestlers want to go somewhere that wants them, and I'll pay. So if y'all can't get that down, you got to understand that happens. Go down to also the Professional Wrestling Crew. Everything Professional Wrestling, you want to check them out too. CM, is there any other crew that we probably haven't remembered or anything? Like, is there another group page?
Say that again?
Is Willie still doing the group page? The group page that Willie runs?
Well, the whole entire network just took a crap there. Say that one more time.
All right. Well, real quick. Big LG Promotions in Wrestle America. That's the show on June 5th. They're actually going to have MVP versus Micah Taylor, international star, also trainer of Kyle Braddock's. Luke Gallows will be going against the Monster. Amber O'Neal Gallows versus Tracy Taylor. Trinity versus Southside Trash. No, I did not make those names up. And let's see, the last other thing, and then we'll go back to what we said. I was trying to remember any other groups that we have that we run with. Oh, who's the our?
We have Family About Wrestling. That's a group that I run with. Big shout out to those guys. Don't forget there's quite a few other groups out there. I'm not sure who they are anymore, but there's two that I do remember. I'll give a quick shout out to them. Wrestling Throwdown. There you go. Cheap plug. Also as well, PWF if it still exists.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. We're gonna have to talk to Paul and the crew and find out if they still do it. So, but real quick, I found the page, Southern Fried Wrestling. They have a group, and like I said, they got some talent. They're gonna have Southern Fried Championship Wrestling. It's their annual shindig too, and it's the matches. All Wrestling Talk alumni Pandora is gonna go against Dementia Rose, who will be next week. During the I Quit, they're going to have an I Quit match, a women's match at that. And these women are hard hitters. There's not even a joke about that. Judas versus Darkmon. If you have not seen Darkmon, go check it out. They got a huge 8-man tag to be the main event. A couple of guys that's going to be on our show. Logan Creed, AJ Steele, Jagged Edge. and I'm trying to get Jacob Ashworth, and also TNA star Gunner will be on the show too. We'll be there. So there's a lot of wrestling around. So if you're in the Georgia area, if you're in the areas you guys live in, PA, Sanctuary, check them out. This is all wrestling talk. We want to cover it all. So if you guys know of a place that's running, you want to check it out. If you're in the Winder area, head to DCWM for the Ultimate Surrender. That's going to be there live in Technicolor. Now, with that being said, let me go ahead, Sam. Thank you again. Thank Paul Jaser for coming up with the banner and being the guy he is. Appreciate you, Paul. Much respect to you. And guys, that's all wrestling talk. And Sam, I don't know about you, but I'm out. You?
I'm out as well.
All right. So with that being said, check the music. We're going down. See you later again. Good. It was definitely a great interview. He made that sucker hard for me. I loved it though, because he said he was going to go all gimmick. So yeah, he was going to go all gimmick. I'm like, yep.